On the night of August 3, 2025, what was meant to be a magical evening filled with shimmering lights, festive cheers, and celebration turned into a moment of panic and emergency response as a fire broke out on a barge carrying fireworks at Yokohama port. The incident forced the cancellation of the much-anticipated grand finale and sent shockwaves through a crowd of over 200,000 attendees. Though no injuries were reported, the fire prompted a swift evacuation of the fireworks artists and raised serious questions about safety protocols and event management at one of Japan's most iconic summer festivals. This article explores the full story of what transpired on that fateful evening, from the dazzling beginning to the alarming emergency that brought everything to an abrupt halt. Through eyewitness accounts, expert commentary, and reflections from those involved, we present a comprehensive 1,700-word account of a night that will long be remembered in Yokohama. A perfect evening turns to chaos. The 2025 Yokohama Port Fireworks Festival began like every other summer celebration in Japan, under a clear sky, the harbor gleaming with anticipation, and streets filled with locals and tourists alike. Families, couples, and photography enthusiasts gathered along the Minato Mirai shoreline hours in advance, staking out the best spots to witness the spectacular display scheduled to begin at 7:30 p.m. The first half of the show went smoothly, with thousands of fireworks coloring the sky in choreographed harmony. Cheers erupted with every burst, and the atmosphere was electric. But at around 8:15 p.m., just minutes before the grand finale was to commence, viewers noticed something unusual: smoke rising from one of the barges stationed offshore. Smoke and panic. The barge fire. The barge in question was one of several floating platforms set up to launch the fireworks. At first, many in the audience mistook the smoke as part of the special effects, but within moments, flames were clearly visible. The fire quickly intensified, lighting up the barge in a disturbing contrast to the festive mood just minutes earlier. Security personnel sprang into action, cordoning off nearby areas and communicating with emergency responders. Fireboats were deployed within minutes, arriving to suppress the flames while simultaneously helping to evacuate workers from the burning platform. According to Yokohama Fire Department officials, the fire likely started due to accidental ignition of residual pyrotechnics on the barge. Although the exact cause remains under investigation, initial reports suggest that a misfired shell or lingering spark may have set off a secondary blaze among unused fireworks. Heroic efforts and quick thinking. One of the most commendable aspects of the night was the bravery and rapid response of the fireworks artists and safety crew. Despite the life-threatening situation, all personnel on the barge followed protocol and evacuated swiftly via emergency boats positioned nearby. Among the evacuees was 35-year-old Kazuki Takahashi, a veteran pyrotechnician who's worked on the Yokohama Festival for over a decade. Speaking to NHK later that evening, he recalled, "We noticed a small flare, and within seconds, our team leader shouted the evacuation order. We knew what to do. We've trained for scenarios like this, but you never think it'll really happen. I'm just glad everyone made it out safely." The fire was fully extinguished by 9 p.m., but by then, the damage was done, both to the barge and the evening's program. Grand finale cancelled. Disappointment in the air. As fireboats continued to douse the flames, the announcement everyone feared came through the event's loudspeakers: the grand finale, a 10-minute pyrotechnic masterpiece designed to cap off the night, had been cancelled for safety reasons. The crowd responded with a mix of concern and disappointment. Many understood the necessity of the cancellation, while others, particularly those who had traveled from outside the city, expressed frustration after waiting hours for the highlight of the evening. "We came from Nagano just to see the finale," said one couple, visibly upset but supportive of the decision. "Safety comes first, of course. But we hope the organizers find a way to make it up to everyone." Social media buzz and public reaction. Almost immediately, videos and images of the incident began circulating on social media. While some posts falsely claimed there had been explosions and injuries, city officials quickly corrected misinformation and reassured the public that all personnel were accounted for and safe. The hashtag Yokohama fireworks trended on X, formerly Twitter, in Japan and abroad, with many praising the calm evacuation and heroic actions of the fireworks team. Others criticized the event's organizers, questioning how such an incident could occur during such a meticulously planned festival. By midnight, the Yokohama City office released an official statement. "We deeply regret the incident that occurred during tonight's fireworks festival. We are relieved that no injuries have been reported and thank the emergency response teams for their swift action. We will conduct a thorough investigation and take all necessary steps to prevent future occurrences." Expert insight. How could this happen? To better understand how a fire could break out at such a high-profile event, we spoke with Keiji Nakamura, a fireworks safety expert and former inspector with the Japan Pyrotechnics Association. He explained, even with the strictest controls, fireworks are inherently dangerous. These shows involve large quantities of explosive material, and the margin for error is slim. Weather, humidity, and even static electricity can pose risks. That said, barge-based platforms usually offer an extra layer of safety, so this incident is troubling. It's possible that there was leftover residue or miscommunication during the final staging. He also emphasized the importance of continual training. The evacuation protocol clearly worked. That alone likely prevented tragedy. The human side. Stories from the crowd. Amid the chaos, there were also moments of compassion and solidarity. Parents shielded their children, volunteers handed out water, and strangers comforted each other as updates came in. For many, the scare served as a reminder of how quickly a joyful night can turn dangerous, and how vital safety planning is for large public events. One teenage spectator, 16-year-old Yui Sakamoto, summed up the experience. I was scared, but I saw how quickly people helped each other. It made me proud to be here, even though we didn't see the finale. Looking ahead, investigations and reforms. The Yokohama city government has pledged to investigate the incident thoroughly. A joint task force has been formed including the fire department, maritime safety agency, and private fireworks contractors. They are expected to issue a preliminary report within 2 weeks. Organizers have already hinted at revising safety protocols and increasing fire suppression equipment on future barges. There is also talk of compensating fireworks vendors and possibly offering partial refunds or discounts for next year's event. City Mayor Hiroshi Yamada held a press conference the following morning. We will not let this define our city's cherished summer festival. Our priority is to ensure everyone's safety while preserving the joy this event brings. Next year, we will return stronger and safer, tradition tested but not broken. Despite the unfortunate turn of events, many Yokohama residents are determined not to let the incident overshadow what the festival stands for. The annual fireworks display is more than just entertainment, it's a cultural celebration, a gathering of community spirit, and a symbol of summer in Japan. While this year's event ended with smoke and flames instead of sparkling sky art, the resolve of the people, organizers, emergency responders, and spectators alike, shone brightly. Conclusion. A night remembered for more than fireworks. The 2025 Yokohama Port Fireworks Festival will go down in history, not for the grandeur of its finale, but for the near tragedy that was swiftly averted thanks to preparation, professionalism, and public cooperation. The barge fire was a stark reminder of the risks involved in large-scale celebrations, yet it also highlighted the resilience of the community and the importance of safety over spectacle. As the city recovers and looks ahead to future festivals, one message rings clear: beauty must always be balanced with responsibility. And in the face of unexpected flames, Yokohama proved it has both.